Let's read aloud now more about pirates in the arts and popular culture, given that we're discussing the Doctor Who serial The Smugglers, and there's not much else to say about the behind the scenes regarding this serial. In English-speaking popular culture, the modern pirate stereotype owes its attributes mostly to the imagined tradition of the 18th century Caribbean pirate sailing off the Spanish Main and to such celebrated 20th century depictions as Captain Hook and his crew in the theatrical and film versions of J.M. Barrie's children's book Peter Pan, Robert Newton's portrayal of Long John Silver in the 1950 film adaptation of the Robert Louis Stevenson novel Treasure Island, and various adaptations of the Middle Eastern pirate Sinbad the Sailor. In these and countless other books, films, and legends, pirates are portrayed as swashbucklers and plunderers. They are shown on ships, often wearing eye patches or peg legs, having a parrot perched on their shoulder, and saying phrases like "Ah, matey" and "Avast me hearty." Pirates have retained their image through pirate-themed tourist attractions, film, toys, books, and plays. The characteristics of pirates in popular culture largely derive from the golden age of piracy in the late 17th and early 18th centuries, with many examples of pirate fiction being set within this era. Vikings, who were also pirates, took on a distinct and separate archetype in popular culture, dating from the Viking revival. The first major literary work to popularize the subject of pirates was A General History of the Robberies and Murders of the Most Notorious Pirates, 1724, by Captain Charles Johnson. In giving an almost mythical status to the more colourful characters such as the notorious English pirates Blackbeard and Calico Jack, the book provided the standard account of the lives of many pirates in the Golden Age and influenced pirate literature of Scottish novelists Robert Louis Stevenson and J.M. Barrie. While Johnson's text recounted the lives of many famous pirates from the era, it is likely that he used considerable license in his accounts of pirate conversations. Stevenson's Treasure Island, 1883, is considered the most influential work of pirate fiction, along with its many film and television adaptations, and introduced or popularized many of the characteristics and cliches now common to the genre. Stevenson identified Johnson's General History of the Pirates as one of his major influences and even borrowed one character's name, Israel Hands, from a list of Blackbeard's crew which appeared in Johnson's book. In 18th and 19th century Britain, historical fiction portrayals of pirates on the dramatic stage included false flag props representing the various European navies. A common trope was to represent the archetypal scene where a crew of pirate privateers donned false uniforms along with the false flag as they approached a ship, only raising the skull and bones flag at the last moment before the attack. Other tricks often portrayed on stage included, in a more initially peaceful encounter of ships, the pirate offering to gamble or claiming the need to inspect documents or retrieve a runaway prisoner before placing the victim of the scheme in shackles. These portrayals of pirate characters are fictionalized but based on the mythologized historical memory of both the golden age of piracy and the contemporary pirates at that time. Barbary corsairs were a frequent type of pirate portrayed in that genre of stage and literature. In films, books, cartoons, and toys, pirates often have a rough and ready appearance that evokes their criminal lifestyle, rogue personalities, and adventurous seafaring pursuits. They are usually greedy, mean-spirited, drunk on rum, and focused largely on fighting and robbing enemy pirates and locating hidden treasure. They often wear shabby 17th or 18th century clothing with a bandana or feathered tricorn. They are almost always armed with a cutlass and a flintlock pistol or similar weaponry. They sometimes have scars and battle wounds, rotten or missing teeth, suggesting the effects of scurvy, as well as a hook or wooden slot dump where a hand or leg has been amputated, and often an eye patch to conceal a lost eye. Some depictions of pirates also include monkeys or parrots as pets, the former mischievously assisting them in thieving and the latter loudly copying whatever the pirate captain says. The ship's captain will force captives and mutinous crewmen to walk the plank over shark-infested waters. Historical pirates are often sailors or soldiers who had fallen into misfortune or captured, forced into a life of crime. In various literature, the pirates may be represented as having fallen, perhaps resembling a respectable person in some way. Pirate characters generally quest for buried treasure, plundered riches, and treasure chests. Pirates' treasure is usually gold or silver, often in the form of doubloons or pieces of eight. A piece of eight, that's the Spanish dollar, which was the first world currency in the 16th century, by the 16th century. Nice. In the 1990s, International Talk Like a Pirate Day was invented as a parody holiday celebrated on September 19th. This holiday allows people to let out their inner pirate and to dress and speak according to the pirate stereotype above. It has been gaining popularity through the internet since its founder set up a website teaching pirate speak. Venganza.org is also a major supporter of this day. Many games, movies, and other media are built upon the premise, introduced by real ultimate power, that pirates, buccaneers are sworn enemies of ninjas. The Pirates vs. Ninjas meme is also expressed in house parties and merchandise at popular culture, clothing, and gift stores. Pirates also play a central role in the parody religion of Pastafarianism. Established in 2005, Pastafarians, members of the Church of the Flying Spaghetti Monster, claim to believe that global warming is a result of the severe decrease in pirates since the 18th century, explaining the coldness associated with winter months that follow Halloween as a direct effect of the number of pirates that make their presence known in celebration. The pirate archetype has been adapted to science fiction with more or less futuristic dress and speech. Air pirates are science fiction and fantasy character archetypes who operate in the air rather than sailing the sea. As traditional seafaring pirates target sailing ships, air pirates capture and plunder aircraft and other targets for cargo, money, and occasionally they steal entire aircraft. Space pirates are science fiction character archetypes who operate in outer space rather than sailing the sea. As traditional seafaring pirates target sailing ships, space pirates capture and plunder spaceships for cargo, money, and occasionally they steal entire spacecraft. There's lots of fictional pirates. We're not going to go through them all. You can if you like. Wikipedia has a list of fictional pirates. Article for your pleasure at your leisure. Thanks again, my friends. Hopefully the 10th Planet will be a lot more interesting. It is mostly available, and I would wager one of the 5 best First Doctor serials and one of the best serials in the 1960s for Who in general, I could suggest. So thanks again, my friends. Appreciate everything. Have a great one.